Hello and welcome to another R6 tips and tricks video operator edition. The operator we'll be discussing in this video is Thatcher. He is another one of the operators that you would have used near the beginning of your Siege career, yet requires both skill and experience to use him to his full potential. Thatcher is a 2 armour 2 speed attacker who can disable enemy electronics with his EMP grenades, but first let's talk about his loadout. For Thatcher's primary weapon, the player has a bigger than normal decision to make, with Thatcher being the first operator in this series to have 3 primary weapon choices. The first primary option that we'll be discussing is the L8 5A2 assault rifle. This has been discussed in the video on Sledge, but for any newcomers, the weapon is great for flexible players who enjoy controlling long areas of the map while still having a deadly impact in medium range battles. The capacity of 30 bullets in a mag, along with a pretty easy recoil pattern, make the gun viable at all levels of the game. This is, however, traded off with a pretty low fire rate of 670 rounds per minute. The second primary we'll be discussing is the AR-33, an assault rifle that specialises in medium range combat. It has a faster fire rate than the L85, yet lower damage, smaller mag size and a much harder recoil, making it much less viable for long range combat. The final primary is the M59OA1, the shotgun that has been in both the Sledge video and the Smoke video, where I've spoken about its pros and cons. It's favoured by players who prefer to take the close quarters combat approach. This shotgun has 7 bullets in each mag, but the potential to down an enemy with just one of them. The shotgun has a decent breaching capability, however this is made fairly redundant due to the operators that will be used in cohesion with Thatcher. For a secondary weapon, Thatcher has Thatcher has the bog standard P226 Mark 25 pistol. That's just meh. But hey, what choice do you have? Moving swiftly on to the gadgets, Thatcher has a choice between a breaching charge and a claymore. Personally, I'd recommend the claymore, as it can be used to hinder flanks, whilst the breaching charge is made fairly redundant, similarly to the shotgun's breaching capability, due to the attackers being used alongside Thatcher being able to complete the job much quicker and more effectively. Now, moving on to the EMP Grenades. These grenades will let out an electromagnetic pulse after 3 seconds of being thrown, destroying or disabling defender gadgets caught within its 5.2 meter radius. They cannot be cooked and will not affect any attacker gadget. The EMP can be intercepted by Jaeger's ADS and Wamai's magnets, but their pulse does pass through surfaces, allowing a Thatcher to be able to destroy devices that are on the other side of a wall. Furthermore, they are unaffected by electricity, so throwing one at an electric wall will not destroy the EMP. Now, moving on to the things that the EMP actually does destroy. So, the EMP destroys nitro cells, smokes gas grenades, mute signal disruptors, Capcan's entry denial devices, Jaeger's ADSs, Bandit's shock wire, Valk black eyes, Legion's goo mines, Ella's Grismot mines, Cade's electroclaws, Mozzie's pests, as well as the proximity alarms that are being introduced in the new season. As well as this, they will also disable Pulse's heartbeat sensor, Echo's drone, Vigil's ERC7, Maestro's evil eye, Alibi's prismas, Clash's shield taser, attacker drones hacked by Mozzie, Warden's smart glasses, Wamai's magnets, Melusi's banshee when she's added, and surveillance cameras. Aside from gadgets, defender sights will have their reticle disappear for 10 seconds if caught within the radius, and defender laser sights will also be disabled for the same duration. You can probably see why it gets banned a lot in ranked. Finally, let's move on to playstyles. A common way that Thatcher is used is through being paired with Thermite, Hibana or Ace when he gets released, as their biggest obstacle to destroy reinforced walls can be removed by his EMP. The hardest thing to deal with is bandit tricking, so you need to be conservative with your EMPs so that you can ensure that your team is able to actually break through the wall. Overall, Thatcher is a solid operator that's perfect on many sites in order to gain a different angle of entry, provided he hasn't been banned. Anyway, I hope that you all learned something in this episode of R6 Tips and Tricks Operator Edition. Next time we'll be looking in detail at the defender Mute and how you should play him in different situations. Like if you enjoyed and subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll see you next time.